Hey, everybody. My name is Elvis, and you're watching Joan of Art House. And I'm on a journey to watch 365 movies in 365 days. We are in month November, so you can tell how many movies I've seen just from that. With that being said, let's continue talking about all the movies I saw in November. The next movie that I saw in November was Hundreds of Beavers. In the 19th century, a drunken Applejack salesman must go from zero to hero and become North America's greatest fur trapper by defeating hundreds of beavers. So I had already talked about this movie before and how amazing this movie was. Looking back at that video, I was not enthusiastic enough, nor I wasn't bullying you enough to watch this movie. This movie is so damn funny. This is so damn funny. And I remember doing so much research on dummy drops.
What's that? I told him. Oh God, I'm afraid.
Just for me to use only examples that were not dummies. They were like dolls and other stuff like that. Dude, please watch this movie. This movie is dumb, silly, hilarious, funny, and most of all, really good. I watched this again with Nicole. Hey, baby. And we could only watch it, I think maybe 10 to 15 minutes at a time because Nicole was crying, laughing, to the point where it was like, you ever like laugh so hard you can't even make a noise anymore, you're crying and you're just begging for them to stop, so you kind of give them one of these. Yeah, that was me. Well, that was Nicole. She was beating the hell out of me to pause the movie. And this is a kind of like this is a silent film. So like when you were closing your eyes, you can't see what's going on in the movie. We had to pause so that she can catch her breath, and we'd play, and then instantly she would just start laughing again. Damn. Now to change up the topic, the next movie that I saw was Inglourious Basterds. In Nazi-occupied France during World War II, a group of Jewish American soldiers known as the Bastards are chosen specifically to spread fear throughout the Third Reich by scalping and brutally killing Nazis. The Bastards, led by Lieutenant Aldo Rain, soon cross paths with a French Jewish teenage girl who runs a movie theater in Paris, which is targeted by the soldiers. There is so much that I love about this movie. If there's one thing you need to know about this movie, is Christoph Waltz is in this, and he plays a phenomenal, probably the most perfect villain I've ever seen in a movie, and he does it so effortlessly. I hope I said that right. It's amazing. I love it so much. The historical fiction of this period is just so damn good. I love watching Nazis die. This is right up my alley. I love this movie so damn much. And on top of that, this is a film you can really see and understand that the director is actively talking to you as a viewer and spoon feeding you everything that they're trying to say or convey through this movie. And I feel that message, that voice, so loudly in this film. Even the very last scene where Quentin Tarantino, speaking through Aldo Rain, is telling you, I think this might be my masterpiece. And it is so damn good. I love this movie so damn much. It is beautifully shot, beautifully acted. It's amazing. It's amazing. There's so much stuff going on in this movie, and I love it so much. Whew. The next movie that I saw was Eddington. Hindsight is 2020. In May of 2020, a standoff between a small town sheriff sparks a powder keg as neighbors is pitted against each other in Eddington, New Mexico. This is definitely one of those movies that have a mixed reviews of whether it was a good movie or a bad movie, and I am on the fence. I don't necessarily. No, I'm taking a stand now. I didn't really like this movie. I don't care about this movie at all. The COVID outbreak isn't like necessarily a too soon of a topic. It's just it just feels kind of corny. Maybe it's the overexposure that I got from everybody trying to make a COVID related movie, or that it just feels so overdone. This whole movie is not just the town, the world, or everything. Everybody is fucking crazy. Everybody is stupid. And the other one doesn't realize it. And that is fucking crazy. And that is stupid. We're all just a bunch of fucking ants bumping into each other. And at the end of the movie, I don't care. I don't care about the spoilers. Spoiler alert. At the end of the movie, we kind of get a glimpse, a realization that this was all a ploy from the suits in charge, the authority figures, the ones who really pull strings on how this world works. A lot of people refer to them as they. Big Pharma, they don't want you to know. Big Tech doesn't want you. They don't want you to know that they are the ones in power. And this is a movie of what we look like to them. Do you see what I'm saying? We're just a bunch of fucking stupid, crazy, moronic, fucking ignorant people in this dumbass world, and we don't believe that we're that. Do you see what I'm saying? Am I making too much sense? Am I driving myself crazy? Yes, I am. I am driving myself crazy because this movie is fucking stupid. Time to lighten things up. The next movie that I saw was This Is the End. Nothing ruins a party like the end of the world. Fucking bummer. While attending a party at James Franco's house, Seth Rogen, Jay Baruchel, and many other celebrities are faced with the apocalypse. I wish I saw this movie when I was younger, because if I had seen this movie when I was younger, I think I would have liked it a lot more. But now that I'm like grown, a lot grumpier now, I don't know. This movie doesn't hit me as I think it would have hit me before. Does that make sense? Whatever. Look, this isn't necessarily a good movie, but I had a lot of fun watching this movie. Especially all the kind of like all the Kanye choir memes with this.
Everything that I did, praise the Lord. Worship Christ with the best of devotion. I know I won't forget all He's done.
This is a very fun movie to watch, and I do kind of think about like some of my friends in that situation and like who was who and who was what and whatever. But yeah, I think this movie works a lot more if I didn't watch it alone. I watched it in like not in a movie theater. I watched it in my office alone, just headphones in, and yeah, I was like, oh, this is fun. But I think it would have been a lot funner experience if I saw it with all of my friends. Whatever. The next movie that I saw was Crime Story. The world's toughest city needs more than an army to stop the mob. They need one man. A special agent is assigned to protect a wealthy business magnate. However, when the businessman is kidnapped in a daring ambush, he teams up with a seasoned detective to crack the case. But soon he discovers the case isn't that simple. I watched the first 5 minutes thinking it was the Police Story, the other Jackie Chan movie. And with that being said, this feels kind of like a knockoff version of Police Story, and it doesn't hit as hard. Jackie Chan is doing his best, and man, it is crazy with all the action. The apartment scene towards the end was absolutely crazy. The whole thing was crazy, and I love the use of colored lighting, and it was really nice to look at. Jackie Chan's character cannot get a break. This movie starts off with him refusing to take a vacation after an incident where he had to kill someone, and then is thrown back into the shootout after shootout. And my god, this guy needs therapy. This dude is in a shootout, and it like cuts back and forth between like the actual shootout and him in therapy or talking to his captain, running the report and what happened, and weighing the options if no, not weighing, telling Jackie that he needs to take a vacation, needs to go into therapy, and needs to take time by himself to resolve and process all the trauma that he just went through. He saw this dude's head get like blown off and like get shot up, and like one of his like friend cops. Oh my god, dude! This movie is action packed in almost the worst way. Poor Jackie Chan's character is just action after action after action, and I'm just thinking, holy shit, this guy is exhausted. Actually, I think the only scene where he actually does get a break is when he's stalking someone and he waits for them. He's like squatting on the floor with like his hands propped up under his chin, and he's like sleeping, and he'll like wake up to see like who is across the street. And oh my god, that scene was amazing. Like the fluorescent color lighting is just like top notch. It looks so beautiful. And this is gonna be crazy to hear. They built an entire apartment complex and blew that same apartment complex to smithereens. It was crazy. And Jackie Chan doing Jackie Chan things. He was like, oh my god, I don't want any trouble. It's so good. Then the movie ends, and then it gives you like a whole credit story of like, this is based on a true story, and we actually don't know what happens in the end, but this is what we'd like to imagine what happened. I was more flabbergasted by that. So then I started doing my research on what happened and what was the actual truth. They never find that man back. There's like 2 endings that happen in that movie. I could talk about it. It's fine. The person that is kidnapped, he's like on a boat, tied. He has like his mouth tied and like his hands tied behind him. And the cops board that ship. But before that they can get on the ship, these bad guys, they throw him in the water and like leave him out to die. Like he's dead. Cut. And then it goes into the alternate ending, which it doesn't specify that it is the alternate ending, but it doesn't tie both of those endings together. You see what I'm saying? And it just kind of like ends with the wife and the kidnapper finally meeting together out this bridge and of 2 territories. Jackie Chan is with the kidnapped man, and the wife is at the other end of the bridge, and they finally meet up, and they say thank yous and all these things, and the wife pays Jackie Chan with his wallet. Jackie Chan burns this wallet and walks back into his jurisdiction, and then it ends. What was that about? I was so confused. I rewinded like 3 times just to see if I missed anything, if there was a rescue deploy, but no, none of that happened. The next movie that I saw was Zola. Y'all want to hear a story? A waitress agrees to accompany an exotic dancer, her put Upton, and her mysterious and domineering roommate on a road trip to Florida to seek their fortune at a high-end strip club. Holy shit. This movie is wild. I don't know what to say about this movie. It's crazy. It really just ended. What I did learn was to not trust new people and stick with my old friends. The cinematography was nice and not bland at all, especially compared to all these other movies. Dude, I barely had anything to say about this movie. I wrote so little about this movie because this movie was just not that impressive. The story is crazy. But you know what else is crazy? Actually reading the whole Twitter thread and maybe watching a YouTube video on it. But to make a movie about this, it's like, okay, that's cool that you made a YouTube video or that you made a movie about this, but like, was it really necessary? I don't think this story was worth making a movie. But if, um, what's her name on YouTube? Yeah, if Ryan Mango made a YouTube video on this, and she probably has, I just haven't seen it. I would have watched that than this. Does that make sense? It's alright. Look, man, I don't want to say it. Like, this movie was just fine. It was just okay. The story was wild enough to keep me captivated, but other than that, this movie had nothing going on for me. The next movie that I saw was Y tu mamá también. Life has its ways of teaching. In Mexico, two teenage boys and an attractive older woman embark on a road trip and learn a thing or two about life, friendship, sex, and each other. This is my first time seeing this movie, and I couldn't watch it at work for obvious reasons. I've always seen people from Mexico saying that this is their favorite film, and while watching it, I couldn't fully understand why. I mean, it's beautifully shot and written, but truthfully, it's a topic that makes me a little uncomfortable. Cue, all the time my parents told me to close my eyes during a kissing scene in a movie. But with each character having their hearts broken and finding a common ground, a solidified agreement with each other, and coming together as a coming of age trip to finding themselves is just so damn good. I was a little annoyed with the narration at first, but after a few times it happened, I realized this is almost coming from a point of reminiscing, like a journal entry of very intimate, self-kept secrets of one's youth. They end when all sadnesses were hidden finally come out, and it hits you not at once, but twice. Perfect. You know, this is a movie that you don't see maybe as often as you would, but when you watch it, it's definitely a beautifully made film. It's an interesting movie. It's not necessarily for me, but I understand that this is a very good movie. The next movie that I saw was Death Becomes Her. In one small bottle, the fountain of youth, the secret of eternal life, the powers of an ancient potion. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Madeline is married to Ernest, who was once her arch rival Helen's fiance. After recovering from a mental breakdown, Helen vows to kill Madeline and steal back Ernest. Unfortunately for everyone, the introduction of a magic potion causes things to be a great deal more complicated than a mere murder plot. First of all, those friends suck. Meryl Streep is in this, Goldie Hawn is in this, and Bruce Willis. These are our main characters, and Meryl Streep is like the hot one between Goldie. Madeline is like the hot one of the two, and she is always stealing Helen's boyfriends. And this time, Bruce Willis's character, Dr. Ernest, Helen was engaged to Dr. Ernest, and Madeline stole him. That is such a fucked up ass friend, and I nearly hated Meryl Streep for this. Damn, this movie is really fun. This is the first time I've ever seen this movie, and I want more. This movie is so good. The balance at the stairs were laughably long, and the fall was even longer. The CGI was a little rough, and the practical effects were very well appreciated. Awesome performances from everyone, and I loved it all. The ending was just so damn good. It was just the right amount of like a teaser for like a sequel, while leaving it open ended to just end like that. And I mean, time, this is the test of time. There's no death becomes. There's no sequel to this, right? Right? I loved everything about this movie, and it was a really fun movie to see, and it was super funny. Bruce Willis, I mean, I've only really seen him in like serious tough guy movies, so seeing him as like this like doctor who's like just over the top, uh, fuming with anger and resentment, it was so damn good. The end has this near like a Frankenstein gothic vibe to it, and especially with like the suspenders, the rain, the architecture, it was all like, oh my god, this is so good. And then this is so good. Damn, good job, man. This is a fun movie. The next movie that I saw was The Green Knight, When Honor Was Everything. An epic fantasy adventure based on the timeless Arthurian legend The Green Knight tells the story of Sir Gawain, King Arthur's reckless and headstrong nephew, who embarks on a daring quest to confront the eponymous Green Knight, a gigantic emerald-skinned stranger and tester of men. So when I first saw this movie, I was awestruck with how beautiful this is shot and how cool it is. Truthfully, I was afraid to watch it again, believing that it wasn't going to age well, but it's aged beautifully. I was struggling with the themes of honor and self-worth and integrity the first time, but after this watched, I really do believe I can be a better person if I wasn't like Gawain, which isn't hard because he really is this low life in the beginning of the movie. Starting the movie with, I'm not ready, I'm not ready, I'm not ready, or whatever he says. Then to end with, I'm ready now, is just a perfect bookend mark to this, and the way that the Green Knight smiles is just perfect. So if you haven't seen this movie, Sir Gawain, I kept saying Garwin, like Garwin, but it's Gawin. Gawain. Dev Patel is in this, and he does a amazing job in this movie. I'll kind of tell you what happens. Gawain is this like low life Chad kind of Jersey Shore type, like just trying to party, just trying to drink, just trying to eat, just trying to fuck. And on Christmas Day, his uncle, the king, asked him like, "Hey, I don't really know you too well. Like, do you have any like cool stories you can tell me?" And Gawain, being a fucking Chad, he's like, "Actually, I don't do anything. I'm a fucking loser." And he's like, okay. The king's like, okay, you'll find a story, because you are still becoming a man. Enters the Green Knight, this huge, scary looking dude. Looks like a tree. Every time he moves, it sounds like a tree is falling. And he presents a challenge. I am willing to fight anybody here, and all you have to do is land one blow on me. But in a year from now, you will meet me in my home, and I will do the same blow to you. And everybody's like, yo, I am not messing with that scary Green Knight dude. Still riding on the kind of like prep talk that his king uncle gave him. He's like, "Yo, I'll do it. Let's do it. Let's do it." He's like, "I need a sword. I need a sword." He grabs a sword. He grabs a sword. The Green Knight puts down this huge battle axe on the floor, and he kneels and brings his head down. And now he has to face reality and meet the Green Knight at the chapel and receive this blow. And the whole, I mean, this is just an oversimplification of the story, but the whole time this movie is facing themes of: are you an honest man? Are you a man with integrity, with discipline, with promise, with honor? Are you a good man? And Chad, being like a fuckhead, is still dealing with these and learns who he is, what he is, and if he is brave enough, willing enough, and strong enough to face the Green Knight. Dog, I'm telling you, this movie is so damn good. I get it, it's weird. I get it, there's like this weird, otherworldly, fantastical vibe to this. But this is a very good movie, and I really liked it. The next movie that I saw was Blade Runner. Man has made his match. Now it's his problem. In the smog-choked dystopian Los Angeles of 2019, Blade Runner, Rick Deckard, is called out of retirement to terminate a quadrant of replicants who have escaped to Earth seeking their creator for a way to extend their short lifespans. I said quadrant, right? I meant quartet. Every shot in this movie, you can pause this movie whenever you want, and I swear every shot, every frame of this is a beautiful shot. Harrison Ford is such a hard person to read. Like, what's he thinking? What emotions is he feeling? Is he actually a replicant? The world of Blade Runner is uniquely interesting. That like just scratches the part of my brain with satisfaction. Like, I look at this movie and I feel like a sense of peace, sleepiness, despair, and satisfaction. So I'm a photographer and a videographer, and I love the grain in this movie. I love the use of light, and more importantly, the use of shadows. It is so damn good. Alright, I need to speed this up because my light just went out. Alright, we're back. I am one light down, and it is not charging fast enough. I will have to do this as fast as possible. So I left off in Blade Runner. Alright, let's just jump back on it. It's really good. I really like this movie. I always feel like one of those film dude bros that only watch like the same 10 like male-centered movies when I say I like Blade Runner. Like I don't know, but regardless, I like the movie, even with its depressive environment. That is right up my alley. I like that stuff. The next movie that I saw was Fly Away Home. To achieve the incredible, you have to adapt the impossible. Dude, what a great line. Amy is only 13 years old when her mother is killed. She goes to Canada to live with her father, an eccentric inventor whom she barely knows. Amy is miserable in her new life until she discovers a nest of goose eggs that were abandoned when a local forest was torn down. The eggs hatch and Amy becomes Mama Goose. When winter comes, Amy and her dad must find a way to lead the birds south. I don't know if you've seen this movie before. I mean, I had this movie in VHS and I loved it. This movie is super cool, super charming. The music in this is so good. Damn, actually, who did who did the music in this? The growth of all the animals and the characters is just so inspiring. Jeff Daniels is so good in this. The beautiful landscapes followed by a brave girl in Canada. If you're a fan of like nature documentaries, or just landscapes, or you look at mountains and go, hell yeah, you'll definitely want to watch this movie. Just because it's so nice. It's so nice seeing all these beautiful landscapes and very inspiring landscapes. The kind of landscapes you see at dentist office with like a blackboard that says like inspirational quote. You know what I'm saying? That's what this movie is. And on top of that, to see like the main character fly up with her contraption and all these like gooses or geese, it's like, oh my god. Oh my god, hell yeah. This movie is really good. I really liked it. And if you have a chance to watch it, please do. I think I saw this on Hulu, if not Tubi. Who knows? Alright, everybody. That is all the movies that I saw in November. I cannot stress how excited I am to finally be over with this. I am so close. Currently, I am recording this on the 12th of December. I have been incredibly busy, back to back to back, with no breaks in sight, except for the end of the year. And even then, I have to edit all of this. But I am so happy. I'm so glad that I dedicated myself to do this incredibly stupid task that I urge nobody to do, let alone make a YouTube channel to record and edit and try to be funny on camera. This is an incredible experience, one that I hope I'll never do again. And yeah, I'm so excited. This is all the movies I saw in November. My name is Elvis. You're watching Joan of Our House, and you're watching me suffer. I'm just kidding. I'm just really excited that this is all over. This is close to being over. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I hope you like this video. Please comment, subscribe, give me a movie recommendation. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I am Elvis, and you're watching Joan of Our House. And I'll see you later. Bye. I'm so tired. I'm ready to go home. I am home.